Unpackage all panels and open all hardware packs. It is recommended to assemble on the floor. Place panels on a padded surface or shipping blanket to prevent damage. Using hardware CNP02, begin assembly of forward-most and right-sided panel. Align assembly holes and insert hardware loosely into each of the 5 holes connecting both panels. With left side panel, align assembly holes and insert hardware loosely into each of the 5 holes connecting both panels. With rear panel, align assembly holes and insert hardware loosely into each of the 5 holes connecting both panels. Once all panels are assembled, tighten all 20 bolts so the thread is flush with the end of the nut to help with the lid alignment. Starting with hardware pack CNP04, align the lid using the assembly holes as your guide. When tightening the lid, start the front and rear portion first. Installing the roof rails, use the supplied hardware from CNP03. Install O-ring flushed with bolt seat belt in roof rail channel. Once all bolts are loosely inserted in each assembly hole, go under the lid and tighten all 28 bolts. Start with the front and rear sides, making sure not to over-tighten and deform lid. Bolts should be tightened enough to compress the lid gasket and O-ring gasket. Once lid is tightened, tighten all panel assembly bolts. Unscrew pre-installed hardware off handle. From the inside, place screw, washer, and lock washer through panel holes. Clear O-ring goes on outside of panel. Screw into pre-threaded handle. With a cloth and warm water, clean bed rails and bulkhead in preparation of 3M bulb seal. Carefully apply 3M bulb seal to the center of the bed rail. If having issues with adhesion, apply provided 94 primer. It is recommended to use the provided butyl tape at the bulkhead and bed rail seam. This will aid in reducing potential water into bed. Apply the final 3M bulb seal to the cab side of the truck bed. Set the Expedition truck cap on top of the vehicle. Take time to set evenly in place to eliminate damaging the 3M gasket. It is recommended that 4 people to place cap on vehicle to avoid damaging the vehicle or the cover. Before clamping, ensure that rear hatch opens and closes properly. If interference with the tailgate, align cap further forwards. Ensure the cap is centered and not touching the cab. Install 3M pad on the panel above and under the clamp locations prior to attaching the clamp to prevent scratching on cap or vehicle. Once cap is centered, front to back and left to right, secure Expedition truck cap on vehicle with provided 6 clamps. We recommend tightening the clamps by hand. Once finished, tighten with wrench. Power tool not recommended. It is recommended to re-tighten all fasteners after the first 50 miles and every 500 miles thereafter.
So I wanted to show you the wiring for the new Overland Vehicle Systems Expedition cap on our 2018 Toyota Tacoma. So once you remove the tail light, we're going to be using the 3 provided quick splices to tap into the running / brake light. So with the provided wiring harness here, you're going to use the quick splices to connect the yellow to the factory harness, which is the white with the black strip. The red from the provided wiring harness will tap into the blue of the Tacoma wiring harness, and the blue from the provided wiring harness will tap into the green. So what we've done here is we've drilled with a 3/8 bit into the top of the metal portion of the bed. We do include a grommet here to clean that up, along with some of these plastic adhesive clips. The neat thing about the topper itself, let me come over to the other side, is that on the topper there's these provided routing metal clips that go up and cleanly secure the wiring. And there's your connection to the 3rd brake light using the 3 provided marine grade butt connectors. The orientation on those is a little bit different. So you have the yellow wire coming out of our provided harness into the white wire of the 3rd brake light. You have the red coming from our wiring harness to the red of the brake light, and then the blue from our wiring harness to the brown of the LED light. So you make that connection with the butt connectors, use a heat gun, and then you'll be all done. So we have the running light on right now, and as you can see, it's illuminated.